Hello everyone and welcome to a new virtual pet video. In this video I'll be updating y'all about how my twins that I'm currently raising are holding up. So overnight we had some evolutions. And something I like about this pet is that there's a sleep mode, so when you go and press this middle button in, it shows you what's happened, and I've purposely let them have some poo on screen because I wanted to show how I clean it up. So I mentioned in the last video that you don't have the icons at the top, you just have a menu which you sort of navigate through, and the first option is this exclamation icon to be sort of like the care, and depending on the state of your Digimon it'll be different things. So at the moment it's the cleaning poo functionality, and if I go back and go to it now, it's the feeding functionality. So let's feed up the babies. And they're full. They don't want any more. Though overfeeding I don't think is a mechanic in this, so you can kind of just sort of hit that. You can just sort of spam it up until they're full. And there's no overfeeding. They're just hungry or they're not hungry. And then there's of course the protein. And the menu doesn't really expand much past that. If your pet is injured or sick, going to this care icon will give you the option to give them bandages or medicine. So it basically is an all-round sort of care thing. At night, it's turning the lights off, that sort of thing. So depending on the state of your Digimon, it will change whatever is available in that care icon. So first of all, well, let's train the babies. So I got both the good care children, so I've got Galmon and Agumon. Which is surprising, because I thought that I'd made a few care mistakes, because I didn't realise how late that they sleep in the day, so I kind of let the baby evolve, and then Nyaromon wanted to go to sleep, but I wasn't looking at it at the time, so I'm not sure if that counted as a care mistake or what have you. But yeah, that they didn't wake up until 9 AM, and they also went to bed quite early. They went to bed at like 7 PM, so they like to sleep, these little guys. So let's do some connecting, because we couldn't do this when they were babies. So let's go to the connecting and we'll select twin. Now we get two options here. We can battle or we can play an event. Now the event functionality is kind of unique for Digimon virtual pets because it's not really them fighting. It's them connecting and playing games or eating together, kind of like on the Tamagotchi connection. So that's kind of sweet. Not many other virtual pets have things other than battling or jog resting. This is kind of nice. So we'll do an event. And this is the one where they're just eating together. And then one will burst through. And there's various different events that you can come across. One of them is a bomb event, which changes the type of food you get. One of them will get a bomb and the other one will get like an apple, and this will swap out whatever the protein is. So whoever gets chased around by a bomb, yep, here we are. So we've got, it's not an apple this time, it's like a pizza or something. And then we have Galmon getting chased by the bomb and then injured. So if we go back to the care, it's like a cake, not a pizza. So the one that got the special different type of food has changed, but the one who gets the bomb now has a bomb that you can feed them and then chases them around and gives the same animation that we just got. And this actually, depending on how many times you get the bomb, can actually impact what evolution you get. I believe there's some that if you get like the bomb 5 or more times, you get that evolution. So that's something that's unique. Another thing that I got when I was running the events yesterday, which I don't think I can get twice, I think it's just a once-off, is sometimes when you do the event, I selected it, why doesn't it want to do the event? It just doesn't want to connect. It's upset with me because I gave it a bomb, maybe? Yeah, it just does not want to do the event anymore. But Agumon still wants to. But anyway, so I guess, maybe, I think the bomb might make it hungry. Yep. So the bomb empties its stomach, which is kind of sad, and I guess they don't want to do the events if they're hungry, which I guess that checks out, that makes sense. And it's the eating event. And it seems to always be the R twin that likes to burst through the meat and surprise the other one. But yeah, so the other event that I have, which I don't think I'll be able to get it again, I just got it when I was messing around. Oh no, we got the bomb again. Poor Galmon. Is an Azulongmon event, where Azulongmon will actually show up, and it's kind of interesting how they split it up, because it's got one part of Azulongmon is on one screen and the other part is on the other screen. So like it's his tail on one side and his head on the other side, which is kind of nice. It makes the twins seem like they're actually one of the same screen. And then Azulongmon leaves behind an egg, and I guess it's sort of like the traded egg and other virtual pets, and that will give me other Digimon that I would not previously be able to have without that special event egg. So Agumon Hakase is one of them, Wizardmon, Minervamon, I think. Agumon's just doing a poo, which we will clean up. So yeah, I don't think you can get that more than once. I think once you have the event egg, you can't see Azulongmon again, so my apologies for not getting that on camera. I just sort of was messing around with the events yesterday. Yeah, it's always Agumon who bursts through. And I like how it's sort of like the Azulongmon event's kind of similar, how they kind of share the same screen as the food event. Let's do a battle. So the battling is kind of unique in the way that you spam it once you've made the connection, and then you connect again, and they fight. So it is you connect, then you spam the button, and then you connect again to sort of send through the input that you've made. And gee, Galmon's not doing too well. But yeah, they're kind of like they're a nice sort of sequel to the Digimon minis almost. The functionality is more or less the same, just with more features. I like how you can connect them with IR and sort of hold them together. It makes them feel better, and I'm kind of surprised that Digimon didn't continue on with the IR functionality, because it means you don't have to, like, you know, connect them to a very specific way. And also, I like the events. I like how they're not just fighting, they are also just hanging out, and I guess the bomb one's kind of mean, but most of the time they're just kind of hanging out and having a good time. And I believe that the conditions to get to perfect are based on still win ratio and amount of battles you have, but are also how many times you've connected and just done the events. So you basically need 2 of these to, I would say, enjoy it. I wouldn't imagine just running one, because there's no Colosseum like there is in the newer virtual pets, or the Pendulum Progress, I believe, was the first one with that Colosseum. So you kind of have to have another twin in order to get to have the majority of the evolutions, because also the event egg, that requires you to connect, and it's something that we can't just connect to ACOM and DCOM because there's no IR functionality there. So, and it just has no prongs. So at least with the IC, you have the prong functionality, so you can connect it to the Mini and the XL and the Pen X and any other 3-prong virtual pets that you have. With this one, it's primarily IR. So that's kind of unique in a way. It's kind of like a unique little pet, and it almost felt like they wanted to do something new with the franchise, but then just didn't. Like they were like, oh, this is a new way we want to continue on with the franchise, and then they were just like, no, back to basics, do DM20. So I think this was probably one of the last releases, and since like in like the Digimon Dark Ages, where it was sort of no releases, and there was like Cross Wars and the Cross Mini came out, but besides that there wasn't much else. So this was kind of like the last virtual pet for a while when it was released. But yeah, so I'll hang out with these guys a little bit more, do some more connections, battle them more. I don't know if I'll be able to get them both to perfect. I might have to force the bomb evolution on one of them, because one of them's bound to be more than 60%, and the other one's obviously going to be less than 60%, as in 40%, because that's how maths works. And yeah, so yeah, it'll be, and I don't have another one to just sort of have as a punching bag, so that's kind of harder for those ratios to work out. With the ones with prongs, like I can just connect that to the DCOM and use that as a punching bag. But for these ones, I actually have to battle just these two because, yeah. And obviously there's some connectivity with the IC, because if I go here, it says device, which obviously is Digivice. And the only other Digivice I can think of is the IC that has that infrared functionality. But as I mentioned many times before, I'm moving and I already packed the IC for some reason. But I will later on test that functionality out with the Digimon Window, which is the Digimon Analyzer for Season 5, because that has IR functionality. And I'll see if I get anything by connecting them. I highly doubt it, because that was specifically for the IC. But it's worth a shot, and maybe if I'm bored, I will dig out the ICs, just so I can see what that functionality is like. So yes, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye!